What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking. If this is your first time here, I try to make videos on how to maximize your lifestyle independent of income. So a few days ago, I posted a video about how to make more money at your current job. If you've maxed out your earning opportunity at your current job, if you've plateaued, if you can't get any higher, the next step is to look for a new job. Depending on whether or not you're working with a recruiter, the steps of getting a new job might look a little different. If you're not working with a recruiter, the steps might look like this. You send in a resume, probably electronically. The hiring manager sifts through a stack of resumes. Hopefully he calls you, you get the phone interview, and then after the phone interview, there's the in-person interview. So 3 steps: sending in the resume, having your resume stand out and getting the phone interview, doing the phone interview, and then progressing on to the actual interview. So that's if you're not working with a recruiter. If you are working with a recruiter, the 3 steps probably look like this. You send in your resume, or they call you without you sending in your resume. You have to do the phone interview with the recruiter first. Then the recruiter takes your resume, sends it to the employer. The employer then brings you in-person interview or phone interview, whatever they might be doing. So here's the secret to maximizing your pay above whatever you were plateauing at before. Be different. Here's the time to brag about yourself. The 7 or 8 tips that I gave before, whatever you quantified and you showed your previous boss, feel free to brag about it now. I don't care if you're shy. I don't care if you don't like talking about yourself. Now's not the time to be shy. You have to brag about yourself. I did an addendum video last time. The most important thing is passion. I'm going to tell you that the phone interview and the in-person interview, I can give you tips on how to do the best you can at those, and probably as I was thinking about this last night, that could warrant a whole separate video. But just for the purposes of this video, the quickest, easiest way to stand out is to be different. One of the ways to be different is to exude that passion. I once had a recruiter, after we spent about 20 minutes on the phone, that she said she loved my passion. I said that I'm not telling you anything that wasn't authentic. She said she could tell. My final tip on the in-person interview is, again, find a way to be different. Maybe you thank the interviewer for a great interview, but not just thank you for a great interview. You have to assume that everybody says that. I'll give you an example of what I did one time. I paused and I said, thanks for a great interview. I really think that you hit all the points that I was trying to say. Thank you. It was genuine, it was sincere, it was thought out, and it was exactly what I was thinking. So don't use my advice, don't use my words verbatim. Think of something genuine in the moment and will separate yourself from perhaps everyone else that is interviewing that day. Now on to the resume. How do you differentiate yourself from everyone else when it comes to your resume? Well, here's the reality, and this is what you have to assume is the situation for you. There's going to be one hiring manager and there's going to be a stack full of resumes. How do you get yours to stand out from the pack? Well, one way that I've done is to use a little bit thicker paper. I'm not talking about the super thick paper, something subtle, but somehow when you feel it, it feels like 2 sheets of paper, something like that. Just anything to stand out, because you have to assume you're up against 100 different people. Now, as far as the resume itself, how do you stand out against the other people? Well, again, if I'm the hiring manager and I've got 100 resumes, I'm going to go through them pretty quickly. I'm probably going to read the top 1 or 2 lines. If it's not clear, neat, and concise, if it's 3 pages, I'm going to look at that last page and I'm going to see how relevant that information is on that last page. And if it's something, an award that you won from 10 years ago, I'm going to throw that resume out, because if you think that that's important and important enough to print out an additional page, I don't think you've got a good thought process, and so I'm going to throw out your resume. Sorry. If it's not formatted correctly, if it's not all in the same font, I'm going to assume that you don't have very good attention to detail. I'm going to throw out your resume. Guys, those are just some quick tips as far as the information itself. You know, we can make a separate video about that. There are some resume writing services that are available. Don't have experience myself, but again, I'll probably save those for another video. One other point that I was thinking about last night, you know, people in a very competitive job market situation maybe put things that are untrue on their resume to stand out. I don't recommend that. I think the truth always catches up with you. I don't believe in faking it until you make it. I think you present yourself in an authentic way, both in what you have on your resume, both in what you say and the way you say it, and that's how you win. That's about it, guys. I hope you liked this video. I hope you've enjoyed the tips that I've accumulated here in the last 15 or so years. I hope it works for you. Drop me a note in the comment section if you don't mind about what you think about this video. Also note in the comment section if it would be interesting for you to see a video strictly about resumes. I've got a little bit more ideas on that. As always, if you liked the video, please hit that like button. It really helps me out. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. I try to post once or twice a week on ideas of how to maximize your lifestyle independent of income. With that, thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time.